The European Union has revealed details of the new sanctions it's imposing on Iran. For the first time, the EU has targeted Iran's state oil and gas companies. It has also tightened restrictions on Iran's central bank, and it has added a new person to its sanctioned list, Majid Namju, Iran's energy minister and a member of the Supreme National Security Council. Mohammad Marandi is a political analyst at the University of Tehran and joins us now from the Iranian capital. Mr. Marandi, you said earlier that Iran will have to learn to do trade with markets outside of the European Union and the US, but how desirable is that?
Well, the Iranians have already been doing that because these are obviously not the first sanctions. Most of the sanctions that we've had in the past were much more extensive than what we have now. These are the final bits and pieces and the loose bolts that they've tightened. So the Iranians really have increased trade with countries in Asia, Latin America, and Africa, and they are doing much less trade with Europe nowadays. Obviously, it does cause trouble. The fact that the Europeans have imposed a sanction and the Americans have sanctions on the Iranian central bank and is an attempt to prevent Iran from exporting any goods, including medicine and foodstuff. And the attempt to prevent Iran from exporting oil is also an attempt to prevent Iran from buying and purchasing basic ordinary Iranians. So Iranians basically see this as an attack and an assault on ordinary people.
And you also mentioned earlier that these aren't the first sanctions. Sanctions, of course, have been going on for years. So what difference are these ones going to make to the people, to the economy?
I don't think these sanctions will make much of a difference. Most of the sanctions have already been put in place. What it will do is it will create greater anger among Iranians and people outside of Iran towards the West, because this is seen as an attempted crime against humanity to try to make ordinary people, women and children, suffer. The fact that the Europeans and Americans have been assassinating Iranian scientists, legalizing terrorist organizations that are active in Iran, the fact that they are carrying out cyber warfare on Iranian installations and economic centers, and the fact that the United States and the Europeans have been helping all sorts of opponents of every level is basically antagonizing ordinary Iranians towards Western regimes.
That's Mohammad Marandi joining us from the University of Tehran. Thank you very much.
Thank you.